The bad news about Vince McMahon returning to his position is getting worse. The drama continues as a new report states that some wrestlers could be looking to leave WWE if Vince McMahon stays in power. Fightful reported this. There are at least two talents, including one near the top of the card, that said they'll likely request their releases if this is a trend moving forward, and another said they'll just ride out their deal. We don't know who said this, but this is not good news for WWE, especially if others continue to follow. Just imagine if this turns into a boycott. I doubt that will be the case, but you never know. It's crazy to think about how Vince McMahon essentially destroyed the backstage morale in the matter of just 24 hours. According to Sean Ross Sapp, a wrestler even called Vince McMahon an 80-year-old Tasmanian devil. Talent is clearly not happy with Vince McMahon in charge, and it might not just be WWE wrestlers. It could also be the new owners and executives from Endeavour. This next tweet comes from Zero News. This is what a source of his said about how the new owners felt about Vince McMahon running Raw after WrestleMania. I spoke to a source this morning who stated the following. I want to say this isn't a report. New owners were backstage and Vince was showing his creative process. They weren't impressed with it. All the rewrites and revisions were concerning. Friday nights, they will also be on hand and they want to see Triple H in action running the show. Like he said in the tweet, this isn't an official report. However, it seems like something that could be aligned with what happened on Raw because the rewrites and revisions during the show itself would concern any owner. That's not a healthy way to operate a business. It's essentially pure chaos without any order. To see how Triple H runs things would be a good idea if this is true. I'm sure that things would run a lot more smoothly and the talent backstage would be generally a lot happier. Like I said though, this hasn't been confirmed by any other journalists, but I do hope it is true. We'll find out Friday when reports come out on if Vince McMahon was there backstage or not at that show. You could probably even tell by the TV product, honestly, we don't even need to know the reports if SmackDown is good, if there's not a lot of rewrites, if producers not going to the wrestlers in the middle of an entrance telling them that they're going to be cut and their segment is scrapped, then we will know. A few weeks ago, I made a video sharing some good news about LA Knight. Unfortunately, I'm afraid I've got some bad news to share about him now. He was reportedly set to appear at WrestleMania 39 in a segment with Bobby Lashley. However, WWE scrapped those plans and he did not make any appearance. This was a very odd decision, especially considering how over he's been with the audience for the last few weeks leading up to WrestleMania. Even a story on SmackDown has been him talking about how it couldn't be LA WrestleMania without LA Knight. Surely that was leading to the payoff of some sort of segment or match. But nope, it was cut. And that was a bad idea. Some reports have said that Triple H is the one to cut the LA Knight appearance. However, Fightful wasn't able to confirm if Vince McMahon was the one to make the call to scrap him from WrestleMania or if it was Triple H. But if you think about it logically, then you can make a decent assumption. Vince McMahon turned him into Max Dupree last year. Vince McMahon removed Max Dupree from his own faction without any plans for him because he felt like he was rubbing people the wrong way. And then Triple H reverts him back to LA Knight. Triple H gives him the spotlight and lets him shine. LA Knight gets over. Triple H reportedly has big plans for him post WrestleMania, and then he misses WrestleMania while reports come out saying that McMahon is back in charge. If you ask me, that is a little suspicious. I just hope that he can maintain those big plans moving forward because I think he's a true star. I think LA Knight could do so much for the WWE. He could be a world champion if you really wanted him to be, and it would be a shame to not take advantage of his popularity right now because he's red hot. But if he does lose that push, I might just punch a wall. As we learned yesterday, Bayley was supposed to join her faction on Raw. She was going to be ringside for her match, but McMahon reportedly scrapped that plan. Dakota Kai and Io Sky would enter the ring without Bayley. There wasn't even a mention of Bayley in commentary. That is just a bizarre thing, especially because they lost a big time match at WrestleMania from a couple nights before. On that night, Bayley tweeted something pretty cryptic. She said, "And sometimes the most romantic love story comes to an end. Bye." That was a very strange and bizarre tweet. It was almost like a goodbye to the WWE universe. It only got stranger when Dakota Kai tweeted that she loved Bayley. The weirdest part about the entire situation is that Bayley did relatively well under the Vince McMahon era. She won the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championship a number of times. I can't understand why she would be unhappy about the news of Vince McMahon being back in charge when she found so much success with them running things. But could there be more to it? Are there new details that ruined the professional relationship between Bayley and Vince McMahon? Is WWE going to release her to save money? We don't know it yet, but Bayley's future with WWE isn't looking too good right now. After losing the SmackDown Women's Championship to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, Charlotte Flair is taking some time away from WWE to travel with her husband Andrade. It's unknown how long she will be away from WWE for. Flair missed the majority of 2022 after taking some time off in May to get married and then had some dental issues later. She returned on the December 30th edition of SmackDown. I find it very odd that wrestlers seem to take so much time off nowadays. Like if you look at Roman Reigns, who's a part-timer. Sasha, when she was in WWE, she was making 70 returns a year. Charlotte's always in and out of the roster. I don't even know where Shinsuke Nakamura is. Like the man is just missing in action. It's very strange, but I guess these wrestlers nowadays aren't needed on a weekly basis. If you think about it, weekly television isn't what it used to be. It's just very weird because I remember watching John Cena show up every single week. The same thing with CM Punk and Batista or The Undertaker. I suppose times have changed, but anyways, Charlotte is going to be gone for a bit. A new photo has emerged of AEW's Jeff Hardy, revealing that he's recovering from a recent eye procedure. The last time we saw Jeff Hardy wrestle was at May 2022 at Double or Nothing when he teamed up with his brother to defeat the Young Bucks. A Twitter user has now shared a photo of himself with Hardy, noting that he met Hardy while he was on vacation. He also said that Jeff recently had eye surgery. This is what the tweet said. Met Jeff Hardy while vacationing today. Could not have been more generous and likable. He just had eye surgery. Get well soon. Hashtag Hardy Boys. Hashtag Brother Nero at AEW. I'm glad to see an update on him. I'm always rooting for Jeff Hardy. And Matt even revealed a few weeks ago that he's been doing much better in rehab. And I hope that continues because like I said, Jeff Hardy is the man and I hope everything goes well for him. And the last piece of news we have is bad news for Jay White fans. According to PW Insider, he is no longer WWE bound. The company does not have any interest in signing him anymore, and that is just another L for WWE. The promotion has been taking a bunch of L's in the last few days, and this is just another one. Jay White could have been a great addition. I'm not sure how he would have fit in the world title scene, but I know he would have made for a great US or IC champion. It would have been a nice role for him, especially since those belts are very prestigious now, but that's not the case. Look guys, this has been a tough week for WWE fans. It's been very rough, I'll tell you that much, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.